You'll probably recognise this spot in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 as the spot where everybody got separated at the beginning of the game when there was a big problem here. But if you go to revisit it, you'll find there's a bandit camp there instead. Except, as you can see in my game, there isn't anymore because I've killed them all, so now they're all in the graves here. I did this with stealth kills, and I want to show you how to deal with bandit camps because you'll find a bunch of them and situations where there's a lot of people you have to deal with, and stealth killing is a much easier way of doing it. Killing them in their sleep so they can't fight back. It sounds dirty, but it's great for profit, it's great for boosting your skills, and it works really well. It also has the added bonus in this instance of giving me a couple of horses to sell, because there was a pen here with 2 horses in it that you can now steal without any consequence and head across the nomad camp on the other side of the river to sell to the horse trader. So if you've not unlocked this already, there's a camp on the other side there, and there's a horse trader that will buy stolen horses from you. This is a good way to make money as well, and can be really easy in this instance. Now, stealth killing is all about killing them in their sleep, so they can't fight back. There's multiple enemies in these bandit camps, sometimes maybe 6 enemies you have to deal with. If you try and take them on early in the game, standard, during the daytime, you're probably going to get murdered. It's very difficult to fight because you'll end up surrounded and in a lot of problems. So a few different tips on how to do this. First of all, you'll need to make the most of the outfit system. Obviously, you know you're wearing armor for good protection, but if you go into the menu, there's a change outfit option down the bottom, and you can then go about selecting stuff that's a bit more stealthy. Think about darker clothes, stuff that doesn't have armor benefits to it, but is darker, gives you a conspicuous bonus, visibility reduction, and things like that. Makes less noise, essentially. You don't want your armor clanking around when you're trying to stealth your way into a camp. You can use this and then switch between those outfits really easily from this menu. So you can see I've got a much more stealthy outfit here now, and I can switch to that when I need it for my stealth camp kills. As you can see, it's nice and dark and very dodgy looking. The next thing you really need is a knife. So if you head over to the merchant in the nomad camp and go to the training section, you can buy a dagger from him. Dagger is the only weapon that you can use as stealth killing. You can't use your sword or your bludgeon or your axe or whatever else, so you need a dagger on you. You can see it's really affordable. It's just 18 groschen, so it's pretty easy to get. You can purchase that as soon as possible and it'll make the most of it. Now the next stage is basically finding a bandit camp. If you come across one, make sure you save your snaps beforehand to save it. Then press T on PC to do the wait thing, and then just wait until somewhere around midnight or around then, and most of the people in the camp will then be asleep. You can then use the Nighthawk potion to make it so that you can see a lot better, because obviously you don't want to pull a torch out and show where you are in the world, so Nighthawk can really help, unless you can find that you can see well enough without it. Sneak into the camp, and then we're basically going to try and pick off each enemy one at a time. You should find that a bunch of them are now asleep when they'd normally be awake, and you can just sneak up to them and stealth kill them. Now, if you do this often, you'll end up getting bonus points for stealth and also for strength, so you can see that happen in a second where I'm getting points there, leveling up in different departments as you do this. So it's beneficial in that way, and obviously we can also steal all their goods when we're finished with this as well. I'd make sure you kill everybody in the camp first before you go about trying to loot though. You might find a couple of stragglers that aren't asleep. Obviously you need to deal with these as well, because if they see you before you deal with everyone else, it's going to be a problem. This guy calls for help, but what he doesn't know is I've killed all his friends, so there is nobody coming to help him. It's only me and him, and I'm not going to let him live. So basically, watching out for these people that are roaming around and could be a problem. You might need to take care of them first, or if you're lucky that I was, you might be able to take care of him afterwards and deal with him on his own. But it's much easier to deal with just one person than a whole load of them, and so you can see the benefits of it. Now go about looting all the people in the camp. Now, you'll often find quite quickly that you'll become over-encumbered, too over-encumbered to sprint, and you might have to pick and choose what you're going to loot, especially early in the game where you haven't got much ability to carry much weight. There are skills in the strength tree which will unlock the ability to carry more weight, but at the initial stages you'll just find you're over-encumbered. If you've got a horse, you can send stuff to your horse from your inventory, and then obviously you can go and sell it. And you can take all this stuff to a merchant and sell it, especially that nomad trader, because he doesn't mind buying stolen stuff. So using these tips, you'll hopefully find your way into camps, being able to quickly and easily murder everybody and to take all their gear without much hassle. Hopefully you found this useful. If you did, subscribe to see more and check out the link to the playlist in the description, because there's more tips and tricks to see. Thanks for watching.